Thank you. I'm Kouta Kanno from Kagoshima University, Japan, and I've joined this conference 3 times online, and this is the first time to join as a speaker. So I'm very happy to share our recent activity in Japan. So today I have the 3 topics to talk today, and first, Adam told me to share some information about the USB repository in Japan, but I thought it doesn't need for 20 minutes. So today I'd like to share the other topic as shown here, kind of the analysis tool for ultrasonic vocalization. And these development of these systems were supported by 2 large collaborative research grants in Japan, kind of 5-year research grants. And this is, one is about the research field of individuality and its neural mechanism for that. And another research grant is kind of evolution of language and communication. And we are the member of our research team joined this project at the time as a young researcher, and we completed some project as shown here, kind of development of the analyzing tool or something like a data sharing platform for yourself, because around this period, Japan government started to developing its national open science policy. So our head investigator, Dr. Norika, also decided to make some kind of data repository as a fruit of this project about the ultrasonic vocalization. So I started the work to set up the data sharing platform in Japan. And first I did is to go. I went to Paris Pastoral Institute to discuss this topic with LD, and we talked about that, and I started the step-by-step work for the developing of the data sharing platform, this project. And first, I decided to prepare the kind of strategy for the data sharing platform, because MathTubes were already very famous in the world as a data sharing platform of the ultrasonic vocalization, but the MathTube have no strategy. So I decided to prepare and provide the data strategy for the ultrasonic vocalization for the repository. However, the problem is at the same time the maintain the storage, cost for storage. This is a little bit expensive. These projects are already ended in Japan. So now these data sharing platforms are now maintained by my individual research budget. So I'm always suffering from payment for the storage. And this is now only, our storage have only 200 gigabytes storage. So it's kind of, no, I cannot say it's a public repository. It's almost my personal online storage now. So, and I already feel another aspect of the the difficulty of programs it's kind of a usability issues, the heavy metadata input or slow update speed, and the failure in the network drops. So it's always we feel it's always very time consuming for our daily life. So I cannot say this is my very success story or success project. So the difficulty should be discussed in the later part of this today's discussion part, I think. And however, after the grant ended, our small USB community continued working together as a kind of user community, and our project is very small, but this is a link for our community sites, and this is very easy and safe, run by Google Sites website. But we on here are several parts of our projects are linked together. So if you are interested in, please access this site, and this site is written in English and Japanese. So please, if you are interested in, please use some Google translation or something. And I moved to the another topics to the analyzing tool for ultrasonic vocalization, kind of the segmentator for rodent ultrasonic vocalization called the USVSEG. This is released from in 2020. These USVSEG is developed by the Dr. Ryusuke Tachibana, and this is a very simple and very rapid tool for analyzing both the quantity and acoustic feature of ultrasonic vocalization. And first, I'd like to show you the real-time video capturing of the analysis of USVSEG. USVSEG is a macro-based software, and now I started to the software, and I choose the folders containing the wave file, and it's already start, and it starts to quick. And as shown here, the processing is very quick and very simple. And this is the sound file of the about 2 minutes or something. And maybe the processing is finished. I think it's very quick, and the result or output as a segmented syllables as a wave file, or as shown here, JPEG file or some things. Now we can see the result easily. And this is our summary data. Very simple, very quick and simple, I think. So many of you want to classify the syllable of the ultrasonic vocalization, but USVs don't have such functions. But instead, USV doesn't use machine learning instead, but it's optimized for tone like USV, and it detects most rodent calls very quickly. So as shown here, this is the mice vocalization, and this is the rat vocalization, and this is the javel vocalization. So I think it's very useful to analyze the very very various rodent species. And USVSEG don't have the function of classification of vocalization, but I think this is okay, because I created the classification of mice ultrasonic vocalization because after I know, and many of you know this paper, and after I know this paper, I decided to quit classification of mice vocalization, because in the case of songbirds, the syllables are clustered in the latent space clearly. However, in the case of mice, the syllables are continuously distributed in the latent space. So I think it's very difficult to define the boundaries between the core categories. So I quit the classification of syllables. And instead, we added the function of calculating an index of frequency modulation of USV. Index of frequency modulation are added on the USVSEG. So currently, I use these parameters to evaluate the quantity of the vocalization. Next, I want to introduce our device for sound localization system. And maybe already you know this system because Dr. Junpei Matsumoto already make presentation about this in third conference of this community. So, and this is my personal experience. Sometimes I found these strange ICR ultrasonic vocalization. How do you think about this? First, I noticed that I was very upset how I can understand these sonograms, and it tracks that there must be the crossover vocal signals from the different two individuals. However, I didn't have methodology to clarify the idea, so it's difficult to clarify. But so at the time, we needed the available sound localization system to analyze the USV in novel context. And Dr. Matsumoto Junpei successfully developed a very great new sound localization system called the USVCAM. And many of you already know this video, but I'd like to show you the video again. This is the demonstration video of our new system of the sound localization system. This is the conventional video observation. And using the USVCAM, we can see the sound source override of the behavior observation. And this is the assignment of the vocal source to the specific individuals, like that. And this is an example of the ICL. As shown here, the ICL females are actively vocalized at the same time, so simultaneous vocalization can be observed, and the specific vocal sources are assigned to specific individuals. So as shown here, I found that it's a very unique vocal communication in ICL in 2022. And this system, in the process of these systems, USVSEG is also used in the detection of the ultrasonic vocalization. So these systems are kind of the process of step-by-step development of our new technologies and several years. And this is the first version of the USVCAM. This is a 4-channel microphone array. And this is the version 2. Version 2 is used in the iScience paper in 2022. And this is equipment, the whole appearance of the equipment is like this. And this is the new version, current version of USVCAM in 2025. This is the 8-channel microphone array. And this is the new boom. This is the 4-channel microphone array. This is the new version of microphone array. And this is an example of the acoustic vocalization of the ICL. So as shown here are the sound vocalizations. Yes, visualizes very narrow specific space compared to the previous version of the USVCAM. So using these new systems, we can do new research, very specific research. I hope that. And sorry, too short, too quick presentation. I'm very sorry. And we aim to keep maintain and improve these tools for next 2 decades.